what if I'm finished editing my FXP0 interface and I want to move on to playing around with a different interface? So instead of going top and editing back down into whichever interface I'm interested in, I can simply say up. Like up, I'm moving up one level, so you can see I've moved from the interface FXP0 context and now sat in just interfaces. If we show that, okay, great. I can see all of my interfaces there. Edit down into, I don't know, let's say G1. Let's create a new unit 100 there. So nothing configured. Let's address, and I don't know. Whoop, whoop. All right, so within that interface GE001 unit 100, I've added a VLAN ID, I've added a new unit, and now I'm going to get a commit error here. But if we try and commit that, oh, not the error I expected, because I'm in private. I need to be at the top when I commit. Let's try and commit again. So okay, it's telling me that I've tried to create that interface or unit 100 on the interface GE001, but it's helpfully reminding me that within this context of the candidate I'm committing, unit 100, well, only unit 0 is valid for this encapsulation. Doesn't like unit 100. If we jump back down into interfaces GE1, don't jump into the unit, let's sit above it and then show, so we can see, okay, great, unit 0, unit 100. It doesn't help that I've picked nearly the same IP address there, but that's technically not a problem. Anyway, what's it complaining about here? A couple of things. First off, the default encapsulation is not VLAN, so I need to set VLAN tagging, enable that on the physical interface as a whole. Maybe I want to rename unit 0 to unit, let's call it 200, because it just told us with the commit error that unit 0, that's not valid, or anything other than unit 0 is not valid with the encapsulation we had. Well, we've changed the encapsulation. We're now VLAN tagging, and we've got a unit 100 we're just adding, VLAN ID 100. Let's make sure that for our unit 200 that we've just renamed, we have a VLAN ID specified as well. All right, so lots of config change made. Assuming we're ready, we could go up to the top. So we could type top and commit, because this is config private, we have to be at the top. Or we can do up space 2, jump up 1, 2 levels and get back to the top, just for example's sake. Let's try that commit again. And yeah, happy days, all looking a little bit better now. Let's clear that screen. So let's just get rid of those configuration changes we've made. So if I at this point do rollback ? I get a quick reminder of all the different rollback files that exist on the system. If we run show system uptime, so prefixing the command with the run keyword allows us to execute any operational command we like, just like do within Cisco, but all of our autocomplete and so on with space or tab also works here in Junos. So run show system uptime, we can see current time 11:39:16. Oh look, the rollback file 0, the current active configuration, that was committed today, at 11:38, just less than a minute before that. If I roll back 1, then I'm going to be picking up this file here, the previous config before the changes we've just made. I could type show here at the top and have a look at everything that's changed, but if we do some best practice stuff, maybe at the top we show pipe compare and we get a quick difference report. If we roll back, if we go with this candidate number, this new candidate file we've rolled back to, what will that actually be doing if we commit it? Well, underneath the edit interfaces GE001 hierarchy, we would be minus removing all of these commands. Okay, we would be removing the VLAN tagging encapsulation, removing everything in unit 100, unit 200, and we'd be adding back in plus, we'd be adding to the configuration unit 0, family INET, and our original IP address. So let's commit that. So we've already talked about top and up and so on for moving around, but let's also just mention that, if we jump down deep into some hierarchy, OSPF protocol area 0 or something similar, so very deep down there. I mean, I could type top, but if I type exit, notice that's also bringing my context back up here, in this case to the top. So, it doesn't really matter which one you use. You'll start to get used to it, but probably the more important point is to remember that you can stack together top and other commands. So if we're down there, top show system services or whatever, we can view across other hierarchies that aren't sat directly below us. Let's clear that screen again.